high-rise van, that has helped us on the lake get to some places the other bus can't go, and then the minivan is gonna help even more with that. I guess all of y'all know what it's like to go around the lake. It can be very difficult to get down in there. It's very spacious, you know, you can stand up in them, it can get crowded when you're seating. And then here's the floor plan of the minivan. We can get, you'll see on that, we can get up to 2 wheelchairs. That's not gonna be easy at all. But we wanted to make sure we had options, and, hopefully we'll implement this for other community service like Meals on Wheels maybe occasionally, and then other things around the lake. And then here's a few of our passengers that ride with us a lot, and they're grateful, and I just wanted you to see their faces. Mr. Brown, you know, some people, they can't leave their home without us. How are they gonna get in any other kind of vehicle? So they're grateful, they keep us grounded, they keep us, there you go, that's the end of that, but let me tell you this, we are up to 11 vehicles. We're there to, we're ready for the funding that you have awarded us, and again, we are so thankful. And please, let everybody know about us. You know, we are a standalone, but we try to stay in the community and make people aware. And, we all love our job. In fact, I will tell you one more thing. We were Reader's Choice Best Place to Work. And we live up to it, for sure. So thank you all very much.
Y'all wanna, make a motion to, amend the, agenda to go to executive session and leave it out?
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
That'd be all. Approve the minutes of September 9th, 2025 meeting. Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve minutes of September 9th, 2025 meeting, reconvene September 25th.
Make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve warrants and purchase orders.
Madam Chairman, move we pay bills. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve the surplus of the 2017 Dodge Charger. Sheriff Evans.
The Sheriff Evans is not here this morning, but that's a 2017 Dodge Charger. It's got just short of 200,000 miles and needs several costly repairs. It's just not cost efficient to spend that vehicle. We're just asking to surplus it.
Make a motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorize the sheriff's office to seek bid for an X-ray machine. Sheriff Evans.
Yeah, so that's a X-ray machine. We're looking at replacing, upgrading the X-ray machine that's here at the Dable Courthouse.
Motion to do so. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve the surplus of a 2002 Ford Taurus. Kimberly Collins.
Yes, you have before you a request from Mr. Terrell at the Wall Street Nutrition Center. This vehicle was purchased in 2005. It's now inoperable, and I recommend that you approve the surplus.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approve FMLA for 2 employees. Kimberly Collins.
I've reviewed the 2 requests. They meet the policy guidelines, and I
county is on the hook, this, agreement language goes back and says that he would be on the hook for the first county.
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'm okay with that.
Got it, from. Yep.
Do I hear a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Appoint Terry Hager, Jackson, Showtime, and Bobby Tom Crowe to the Young Land Improvement District. Commissioner Rogers.
Okay, Kerry Haygood, Jameson Johnsall, and Bobby Tom Crow are part of the group that approached us with the development. We are requesting that they be added to the Young's Landing Improvement District so that they can provide information, is always requested about the development. We, the commission, approved the investment district. We're not able to make decisions beyond what has already been done at this point. So the people that are more knowledgeable of the next steps in the investment are listed here. So there are accusations that we're not answering questions. We don't have answers to give you at this point. There are accusations that we're uninformed and don't know what we're doing, and we have responsibility to the people that we represent. If you look at the population of the county, there's 41,000 people. Each of us has responsibility to 8,200 people. We fully understand that, and there's not a day that goes by that we're not involved in the decision process. We do love the lake, we do care about the lake. Your accusations are this development will be detrimental to the lake in an exaggerated fashion. All of us are well aware of the risks that are there with any development. But you're asking us to make decisions that are uninformed decisions. At this juncture, we need more information ourselves. We can't disclose that if we don't have it. So I'm requesting that these three gentlemen be added. So there is someone that is closer to the development that can address the questions that are being asked.
Make a motion to appoint.
Mr. Robbins, brief comment, please.
Bree?
I understand that you want more information, but the problem here is that you're appointing three persons from the developer. That will give them the majority on the board of directors of the improvement district, and they will have all of the statutory authority and contractual authority that's stated in the Articles of Incorporation and in the Code of Alabama that apply to this district. That includes the power to contract, it includes all, I urge you, please, go back and read the specific concerns that I've expressed in my letter of the 2nd, and understand, you do not need to appoint the three people that, to the majority, to be the majority of the board of the improvement district. That'll almost be the end of this discussion, because they will then have the authority and you will lose control. If you postpone that for right now, let us have our working meeting, please, then you'll see what you can do. I understand the turf, I don't mean any disrespect to say, when I urge that the citizens want to participate, and you can't take offense because the citizens want to participate. But you're jumping way ahead of your decision making by letting these three fellas take over the control of the board of directors of the improvement district and be able to make any contract they want, and you won't have any supervision of it under the letter of the law. You have the opportunity right now to change that, but you will lose that opportunity when you appoint these fellows. So please postpone that until after we have a meeting when we can talk more thoroughly about it. Please do that. And you can get information from them without giving them the full authority to make contracts with the owner that you have no supervision over. You've given them full authority to do that. And now you're gonna make, I think, a mistake by proposing to appoint them as the majority of the board. It really should stop. It really should stop until after we have that meeting that we're asking for. We're gonna feel like we're being steamrolled and y'all are doing absolutely the wrong thing by doing it. Please.
Mr. Campbell, would you like to sit on that board?
Peggy?
Would you like to be on that board yourself?
Of course I would, but I don't require that I be. If somehow I've overstayed my welcome around here, there are plenty of good people that can be on that board. But by all means, I would want to be on that board. I suppose that Harry Deneg, who's the representative of Hobos, there are other people you should see. If you read the letters, you should see we have how many good people we could draw from.
I've read every letter that's sent.
It takes a long time, but it's really, really good reading, don't you think?
It is. So we don't take it lightly, and I'm asking you on a serious note, because I feel like you do that somebody needs to be on that committee that needs that information. And I'm all for putting a citizen on. So.
On the board of directors of the improvement,
Yes, sir.
absolutely, I'll serve on that board. Now, that's a good thing, because if, that's assuming that we're not gonna displace the other two.
No, sir.
And now we have 6 members on the board. So, because I think Denise Walls is on the board and Sandra Fuller,
That's correct.
and they remain on the board. I'm happy to serve on the board, but that gonna leave me in the majority, depending upon what Sandra Fuller and Denise Walls do, and they need your guidance. You can't, with all due respect, this is a tricky thing. I mean, you know, I'm only getting this as an old retired lawyer. Our county attorney needs to look at this. Y'all need to look at it. It's really difficult, but I think you've given away the farm right here before you have a chance. Yeah, you don't need to give them the majority on the board.
The problem is we can't give away the farm that we don't own.
Authority is what I'm speaking of, supervisory
And
authority.
again, we are limited in our authority on this.
To some extent, but also on the other hand, you see, for instance, you're supposed to get, when a big project like this that includes the utilities, for example, it has to be approved. It should be approved by the county engineer under the provisions of the 2003 Tallapoosa County subdivision and land development regulations.
And again,
This
there's
is-
nothing
this is
been
un-
presented to us to make a decision.
And they can
Let me
make
interject.
contracts.
Let me interject, because we are way out of order. There's already been a public comment from citizens earlier. We are now into the consent agenda. It is time. There's been a motion, there's been a second. But let me assure everyone that I have been involved. I am read. I know what's going on, and there is one decision before this commission. And that decision is, who do they appoint to the improvement district? That is it. And they can make that decision for whatever that is. There has not been an application for subdivision regs. There hasn't been an application to deal with approving a building permit. None of that has happened. When it comes, there will be thoughtful involvement and decisions will be made. There is no current decision before this commission to be made at this time other than appointing folks to this improvement district. And the improvement district doesn't make decisions about subdivision regs or building permits or the thickness of roads or curbs and gutters. The improvement district makes none of those. It is all about a funding mechanism. We are involved. We have our finger on all of this. I can guarantee you, Mr. Campbell.
I don't accept the guarantee, sir.
And you may come to every meeting and speak when in order, but now is out of order. The commission can continue to discuss and make someone come off that Steve is replacing